So you're all feeling a little bit of a density of some of the energies. A lot of that's just because of all the energies and all the things that are around us. So what we might do is just lift it a bit. And the way you do that is just let it move. Just let the energies move backwards and forwards, and as if it's just a silk cape, you know?
That helped already.
Yeah. And you just let it move. And it'll just wave, or it's just like waving smoke out of the road. Okay? And you can do that anytime you like, anywhere. Remember to be gentle, because it's like an animal, you know. If you go and kick it, it'll bite you. And the energies are the same, because they're not aggressive, but they're reactive. So just remember to be gentle, and even if a friend's got too much junk around their head, you just wave it away. And you'll feel the freshness come into the air. So don't hesitate to bring your hands up and just clear everything for yourself. You'll feel nice and neat, and you'll feel your body actually move the energy through your body easily. That's great. So everything in the universe will honour you from here on in. Understand that you don't have to ask for anything. It's who you are. You're in the world of your Creator. And it will honour you. So it's not a matter of demanding or telling or expecting or anything. It will honour you. So if you walked in as the top guest at the United Nations, everything would be laid out for you. Everyone would honour your presence from everywhere in the world. And if any of you have been there under those circumstances, you'll know that that is how it is universally. So in the United Nations, they do have a lot of the multidimensional honour. It's only when you get deep into all the struggling that there's any difficulty. So that simple thing we did then, the energies are honouring you. You're just passing on your intention, and they honour you. It's the same even if you overheat. If you're light with the whole thing and you want it to change to cool, it'll change to cool, and it'll still do exactly what it's doing. At this stage, I would say allow yourself to be hot. Allow your body to have that sensation of something moving, so that there's a memory there associated with what we're doing. But if anyone gets too hot, just change it. One of the things that you'll have to get used to is the only response now you'll get from any assistance is, well, if something doesn't suit you, change it. You go asking for help, you'll get no response. So understand your life is about to change. So the answer will be, well, just change it. Because that's who you are. And that is not just wait for the right circumstances, that is anything. Just change it. there is something inside you that knows what to do. And it's not in your body. And it's not associated with your hands or your feet or your eyes or your thinking or anything. It just is. So accept the level that you've come in at. That level is the level of expectation of your divine being. And you can feel it. And it grows within you every day. To the point where you walk around and everything honours your presence. And everyone. And it's not they're jumping out of the road and bowing to you. They're honouring your presence. Including if you need to experience someone running into you, they will. They will honour everything about you. So expectation will definitely cause you difficulty. Because as soon as you have an expectation, look out, because you're liable to change everything. And we're here with special inputs and outputs and connections to the universe that will provide a beautiful future for us, a beautiful set of events, synchronicities, a whole lot. And each time that happens to us, it just brings joy to our heart. You have an expectation, you will get your expectation and miss all the rest. So then you go back to a dull life. Worse still, it's a dull life generated by a divine being. Bit hard to shift. So know that your balance and the fineness of your balance will keep you on top of the wave. Like skiing, skating, riding a bike, anything like that, you have to have a sense of precision. At that key point where you're right on the edge, there is a precision, and that precision is what we have all the time. So if you're going down the hill at very high speed and you're turning and you're right on the edge of everything slipping out from under you, there's a precision that holds you there. There's an intention that takes you around the corner, because the energy takes you there. If you don't stay with that, it'll slip out from underneath you, or you won't make the corner. Racing car drivers. 2 drivers will drive the same car, and one will be 20 miles an hour faster than the other to go around a particular corner, and it's impossible for the equipment to do that. His intention will take him there. There are forces around us that are unbelievable. Play with those things, it's great. When I first started to realise that I could do things in this world, I used to have great fun with when I had the kids in the car. I'd hook onto the back of another car and take my foot off the accelerator going up a hill. And the kids would cheer, you know. Because we'd play with these things all the time. You have a look at the number of times you all walk together and someone's always got to get in front and push their energy back on you. And you're struggling. We play the games with one another all the time.
What are those forces?
It's your active energies. That
part of who we are.
yeah, yeah. It's the same energy you can use. They talk about you focusing up ahead, and you can go up a hill pretty easily. But if you actually throw your energy up there, hook it on and wind it in, it'll pull you up. You don't even have to use your muscles. The only reason you're using your muscles is to keep balance. In martial arts, they show you how to lift your hand without using any muscles. They check that your arms are really loose. So you put a bit of string on here and pull it up. And you pull it up, and they can check your arm out, and it's totally floppy. If it's not, they tell you to do it again. Because it is the active energies around you that's doing it. And that's, remember I told you about, we played with it, didn't we? Pulling you up out of a chair, moving with the energies. The first time we met. And it works. It will support your whole weight. And when you're walking through the woods, don't hesitate to say, gee, I'm feeling a bit tired. Come on, energies, come up underneath me and just hold me up under the backside and make it nice and easy. And you'll feel it. The other thing that's amazing sometimes if you're going up a track that's, say, up a cliff, you know, with a lot of steps and a whole lot, if you decide to throw your energy to the top and it be there, it will drag you in so that you're back together again. And the funny thing is, you think you're just walking, but if there's anyone with you, you'll seem like you disappeared and you're at the top before they even took the first step.
I saw this YouTube video recently, and it was a chi master, and he was having martial artists come at him with their aggressive energies, and they could not attack him because he was using their energies, and he said that he was thinking of them being over here, and he would use their energy to go over there, and these were very powerful, strong people, and they just looked like little puppet marionettes, and they were flopping around and ended up over there. Did it repeatedly.
Yep. So this is who you are right now, and you can play with those things and enjoy them. There's only one rule. You cannot leave a footprint on this earth. You're a visitor. So you don't change anything of this earth or any being on it. But then you can have the time of your life. If it doesn't affect anybody, you can part the clouds and let the sun come through and enjoy it. Or stop the rain, as long as it's not affecting anybody that needs it. It's great fun. And the natives of the land have been doing that for thousands of years. They just make sure they're in a place that's not going to affect anybody else, and then they set their intention and they set a specific time, and it just changes like that. So a lot of the things you can play with will come to you because you thought it was imagination, and in fact it's not. It's, why don't you try this? Don't ever think because the world shows you might have failed that you did. Because many times the overall intention or the overall vision of a situation is held by that field of intention, and you will move it and it'll do a bit of a glitch and come back again. But you have moved it. Be confident. Because if the world proves it to you once, and you change to suit that, you'll never do it again.
Understand.
A magic trick didn't work. Okay. Well, you'll never do it again. The things that are here for us allow us to actually connect with everything around us. and everything around the world. And you can actually feel it. Just to give you a bit of an example, a friend of mine, you know how you get a wedding ring and put it on a bit of cotton and it spins till whether it's a boy or a girl for pregnant ladies? That's an old women's thing. Well, a friend of mine was doing that about her daughter-in-law, and it spun one direction, and she said, "Oh, it's a girl." And I said, "I can feel that." And I was sort of between here and that wall, away from her. And she said, "Oh, rubbish." I said, I can feel it." She said, "What are you feeling?" I said, "I can feel the ring going around." Rubbish. I said, "Well, I suppose I could stop it. Do you want me to do that?" She said, "You can't." And I said, "Oh, I stopped it." Because you feel it, it's you. And then she said, "Oh, coincidence." I said, "Well, it can't spin the other way, can it?" And she said, "No, it's a girl." I said, "Well, I'll spin it the other way." I was so connected to it, and I spun it the other way faster than it went originally. And she went white and nearly fainted. But I said, "I can feel it. It's like I'm holding it, you know?" And that sensation is nothing new. I know thousands of people that are the same. And how many times has somebody walked past, even outside your room, and you say, "Oh, what's that?" You do feel it. You do know. Accept the fact that the world will try to show you different. When you do something, it's done. You don't focus on it, you walk away. That's who we are. It might not show up in the way we'd like it to, initially, but it's done. And if you get a visionary near you, or someone who really works with all the different fields and the different dimensions, they'll say, "Don't do it again, you'll muck it up." This is all foreign to you right now. But just know there'll be a little point that opens up for you where you can get your own confidence. And the field that we're sitting in at the moment, I'm just going to lift a little bit so that it allows you to actually feel a little bit different about it. And we've done this before, but I'm not going to shake the energy up. I'm just going to make it lighter. And each one of you can do this. So it's just lightening a bit. So there is no restriction to anything. And the flow will start much easier. Because we're not even concerned about what I'm talking about. It doesn't mean a thing. What's happening is a transmission that has nothing to do with the words. But why I had to go there is because the next thing you're going to do, when you know you're really connected, is you're going to start changing the world. Know that you're really connected. Because as soon as you start changing the world, you get feedback, and it can be wrong.
Feedback can be wrong.
Yes, the feedback can be wrong, because the feedback you're looking for is harmony. But you'll forget that, because your body wants the right data.
Did you say you forget that?
You will. You'll forget that what you want as a feedback is harmony.
Are you saying we might not recognize the harmony?
You'll recognise the harmony, but your attention will be taken away by the fact that you're expecting to see something physically happen.
So you're looking for the proof.
Yeah. Just for a while. There's a delay sometimes in it appearing in the world. But that's not what happens. It's done in the second you do it. And if you have an expectation about it, the expectation might change things. Sounds complicated to the brain, but it's not a brain thing. As you start to change the world, and you will, because of your connection, not because of your thoughts, you have to come out of that. All right? Because the thoughts will just take you into that loop of trying to understand, and you can't. Good. So the second we realise that we're connected, but we're trying to use something else to measure, it causes a confusion in your body. This is what you were talking about. Sometimes I find myself doing this. If you find yourself doing that, you just stand back from yourself a little bit and say, oh, that's interesting. And you do nothing about it. Absolutely nothing. Because when you see it, the automatic programming within you starts. It starts to compensate. Just like if you see the telegraph pole, you're not going to run into it. But you don't do anything about it to the point where you don't even bother seeing it. You feel it, you know. And then you don't even know, because it goes into the other inputs and outputs that belong to our being, that are 1,000 times more sensitive than your vision. So you're working with a whole new field, one that has nothing to do with your everyday events. And I'm just varying this a lot as I put it across so that there is a multi-dimensional input that gets you to feel it, and then you don't have to see it. The fact that we're in amongst all these things and we were able to just wave the energy away a little bit shows you that you have a major, major influence. And the fact that you've seen the picture that allows you to connect and allows you to generate champagne bubbles and fire up the sparkles and generate a field of harmony that keeps that field of intention malleable and keeps you calm and settled and in harmony, and then allows you to access the next stage, which is universal life force, which is massive. Just going over that again gives you the strength. And it's because it's coming in from a different direction to what it did before. You'll find that as you work, and you're going to be working with people in this same way later on, whether you think it or not, as you work with them, you have to bring in many layers so that they feel the multidimensional fact of who they are. We're going to get major changes in finance. We're going to get major changes in procedures. And we're going to have everything reversed so that the young ones teach the older ones. This is only months away. When that happens, you will have to be instructing people from that higher framework by generating the reality, and by using the gifts that you have in particular that you haven't got a clue about at the moment, because they appear the same as a reflex. That glow and the connection and everything just allows everything to appear. It's like all these TV screens go boom, 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 and there's your picture, you know exactly what to do. It happens at the last second. And the patience that you need is enormous. But it's more than patience. In the past, you would have massive fear because you've taken yourself to the edge at the highest speed. But now, you'll just go, that's fine. I know that I'll be turned or changed or something will turn up right at the last second. And it happens every time. But what you thought was going to turn up is probably not what does turn up, because it's always better. It's always better than what we could possibly imagine. So don't be surprised if in the next very short period of a week or 2 weeks, all these things start happening around you. And you just smile and say, that's fine, good. And as you step away, you'll leap in the air and say, yeah! Because it's so exciting. The treasure in all this is that you knew about it before you got here. You really knew about it. And it's just that excitement generates more. And you can feel it. Because that is the next field, the field of excitement. Good. We got it. And it's a whole different feeling, isn't it? And it makes you bubble up and just be excited. And if someone says, what's wrong with you? You say, I don't know, I'm just excited. And they'll say, what about? And you say, I don't know. Because excitement is excitement. And it comes in as that. It has no reason. It just is. That's the golden age. Feel it? That's the golden age. And it's an excitement that doesn't go away. Not for 1 second. And as soon as I said not for 1 second, did you feel yourself go, oops? Because there's a part in you that doesn't believe it. And it's good to see that. And the more you see it, the more you see that little oops, the greater the joy. Because you're looking and laughing at yourself. Nothing better. If you remember when you were children, the greatest thing was when somebody played some trick on you. And the joy of really finding out what it was, and everyone laughing with you, not at you, it's just built your life. It really built your life. This field is what's building our life for the future. This is how simple it is to pass on to everyone. There is nothing to do. There is so much to receive and so much to make happen. And you're making it happen because it's already in you. It's already there. And each one of you handing that gift to one another of saying, wow, you're doing good. Gee, everything's going fine. And it happens without the words. And you just stay there. And if one person drops, you watch all the heads go around. Everyone will notice. Because they're giving the same message to that person with love of saying, hey, you've dropped. You've forgotten. There will never be a case of criticism you'll find in your life again. You will never be able to do it. You will never think I'm being criticised. Because you'll know it's assistance. It's your signal, your gift. And you might kick up a bit of a stink because that's what you do, but you'll still know. And the longer we stay with our connection, both here and in the grid, the longer we stay with that, the more it becomes natural. So that natural feed of comfort and harmony becomes something that's not anything you can describe. And the only thing I can call it is total comfort, no matter what. But even if you feel totally comfortable, it does not have one tiny touch on excitement. Enjoyment drives everything, but excitement just blows it out of the water. So that excitement is what we call entertaining your spirit.
Called what?
Entertaining your spirit.
Oh, which is a website.
Yeah. But even in entertaining your spirit, if the excitement's not there, it's flat and then it bursts into life. It's like someone hits a home run. You're sitting there and someone hits a home run, you go, whoa! So it's a big peak. But if there's excitement there, there's calmness. So you entertain your spirit and you go, oh yeah, because you started off at an exciting level. And what that does, it's like food. It feeds your spirit. And in feeding your spirit, you feed everybody else's spirit. Because it's one. It's one. That is the oneness. So everything that everybody's told you is correct. It's just they haven't put it in the right places. So the oneness of all of us is our spirit. And you find that even in war. As soon as the spirit rises, war's over. In the transformation that's happening now, if our spirit rises to the level that we know it can, nothing can upset anything. And your spirit can only rise there if all these other things are happening. And that field of intention allows everything to be malleable. So the world can change and move and shift and get rid of rubbish as it's supposed to. It does it at a different rate to what we expect. But what we've done is said, no, everything's fixed and solid. And that's how it is. And so when it goes to move, it just goes bang. The spoon that they bend, you know, if you say, no, I'm going to fix it, you're liable to break it. But yet someone can hold it and go to that field and it will just go all floppy. They do that by various different methods, but with what we're doing, we're allowing the possibility so that when pressure builds up, it moves, even within us and within everything around us. So you'll find that you don't even see any confrontation in your life. It won't happen. The fact that you now know that you cannot go below that minimum acceptance of where you will show yourself as a divine being. You know you can't go below that. You won't. It's not a matter of what do I do, you just won't. Because you've now found that you cannot live below that line. Because you are a divine being. And you'll present yourself in the world as a divine being. You won't present yourself in any other way. And that divine being is the person sitting here. Not all the things that they've painted over the years. I was talking the other day about different characters within us coming forward for different reasons. This won't happen now. You'll just be you. So you won't have to present a front for this purpose or a front for that purpose or an image for this person. You won't be interested. That was there when you were dropping below your minimum acceptable level to show yourself. And when I say above and below, that's only a way of saying it. You notice when we really did it the first time, you actually felt lower. You felt lower, you didn't feel any more elevated, you just felt comfortable. You didn't feel like you were hitting the roof. So as we move a little bit further, there's all these projects that we have that we don't know what they are. We know we're supposed to be here for a reason, and we're supposed to do something. And we're supposed to make a difference. You are now at a point where that will all happen. But it won't happen through explanation or through your head. It'll happen because everything within you is now outside. And it's existing in the universe. Your whole plan, your whole project is out there. And it's happening. And you'll be the observer and you'll watch it happening in the world and you'll say, wow, I knew about that. Check with other people and they'll say, yeah, I knew a little bit about it, and you'll figure out in a very, very short time you did it. Don't care whether it's on the other side of the world or somebody else claims it. You'll know. And you'll be very, very pleased. And when you get to a point where you're actually starting to organise yourselves into a force that is going to lift many thousands of people, you won't even know how it happened. Because it's a natural integration of the music of who we are. And remember, I said music. Because I can put music into any one of your fields in an instant. And it just feels so natural. And that music will stay with you because it's you. Good. And that's what you'll do to the children, so that they can show you their capability. This is how you open the world. It's a music that's universal, and it doesn't have notes. It has harmony. Every part of what you're doing will be fed through that transmission of gentleness and total consideration and power that you've been calling love. But the love you've been calling hasn't been active, and it hasn't had courage. And when you talk about unconditional, you've just wrecked it, because it just is. So in all this, we can then feel a bit of harmony within all of us that expands past our field, to the point where instead of stirring up your energy, as I showed you the other day, we're just letting it fly, letting it float and allowing it to enjoy itself. And every one of you can do this. You just forgot. So confrontation disappears. Beauty emerges. Good. And the beauty is something we know beyond anybody's imagination. I'm just going to bring you all back to where you were. And you feel it's still there. But it's inside you now. So every component within you is active, it's keeping itself fit, and it's enjoying itself. That's what music and the arts does. If you transmit it properly, if you don't talk about it, if you go with it, and you share it as music. And you'll notice there's not one linear thing in nature, nor is there in art. There is nothing symmetrical, because if it's symmetrical, it can't flow. And it can't work with us. So the natural path through each group of people is quite different in every second, because each one of us is moving differently. And as we allow that movement without even intending it, it's generating a new field that is part of the golden age. That's the field where you walk around and you just totally enjoy being here. It's here now, it's always been here, but it's active. And we're in a position to hold the knowing of what we brought, and it will transmit through the music of our heart. What I'd like to do now is just let you sit with that for a moment, and we'll just allow ourselves to be. And don't hesitate to just feel the calm rocking of your energy or the music. With people that are not well, or with older people, I get them to start off with a tune in one foot. And when they've got that, I get them to move it up the leg and across and down, and then get it to come in and out in waves and start to bring it through their body. And eventually that music will get them out of their chair that they haven't been out of for many years. So in our field, just sitting here, whatever music comes, allow it. And you'll really get used to how good it is to be here. And if you want to make your body really fit, add other tunes. Allow them to go in a different direction. Do the multi-dimensional bit right through your whole body. And every cell will come alive. Because the complexity that you know is from all dimensions. It'll change everything within you. And once it's changed within you, it's changed around you. Not just locally, right throughout the universe. Because as universal beings, it's like one drop of dye in the water changes the whole show. As a universal being, your harmony will just change the whole show. Good. Now there's a great sense of nothingness in music. That sense of nothingness is the connection with everyone. It's the same as the atom. The bit in the middle that I don't describe is your creator. That's connected everywhere. Doesn't matter whether it's a piece of wood or us. That's the common bit. That's the bit nobody's ever thought about. It's the same in music. The connection is in the silence. It's in the rest between the notes. Good. Yeah, you can feel the connection. Because in that rest, things can flow. Great. Now you can feel the vibration of it. And you went straight from music to vibration. Because for a fraction of a second, you focused on the rest. That natural vibration that you just felt for a second is what is supporting you all the time. That's the one when you wake up in the morning and you say, oh, there's something wrong with me. But that vibration is your friend. That's actually what's going out there and moving and programming everything. So I think we should all just get a drink of water now and relax for a bit, walk around and just enjoy that rehydration because we've taken a fair bit out.